We're here with Dr. Suhayl Nasr, who is the Medical Director for Behavioral Health at Beacon Medical Group. Thanks for joining us today, Dr. Nasr.
Thank you for inviting me to share some ideas.
Yeah, so people are really feeling uneasy right now. We're all coping with the pandemic, coping with our feelings of uneasiness, of anxiety. Some people are dealing with depression. All of the unknowns are really mounting at this point. Tell us a little bit about how you've seen the pandemic, COVID-19, affecting people's mental health.
Yeah, I've seen a different effect on different people depending on their basic personalities. Some people have become very obsessive about and compulsive about washing and cleaning and double checking. But I think the bigger impact is the loss of structure to their days. People who are employed, who are not working anymore, they don't know, they can't organize their day anymore. They feel like they can get up and why do they need to get dressed? Why do they need to shower? Why do they need to do anything? And that begins to escalate into self-examination. What's life worth? What am I worth? And what's going to happen to me? All those kind of self-indulgence into negative thinking. And the next thing they do, they end up going to the TV or the cell phone to look more information about COVID-19, which the whole world is changing the data every day. And so that becomes obsessive, and they don't end up being very productive. And so you imagine if they're at home and they have people around them who are also doing the same or feeling the same, it's almost contagious. Because everybody will want to add their 2 cents into what's happening or how it's going on or what to do next. So there's a lot of that anxiety affecting this cycle. So people don't go to bed as usual because they don't have a job to go to. So if we don't sleep when it's dark and get up when it's daytime, then our brain doesn't function the same way. Our health isn't as good. It's all a vicious cycle that's happening with a lot of people.
It is happening with a lot of people, and it's hard to escape, as you described. What are the warning signs for somebody, or if somebody you love is struggling? How can you know that that is happening?
I would look at the basic signs of like sleep. What time are they going to bed? What time are they getting up? Are they showering? Are they shaving? I know a lot of men I know are keeping their beard on. They're growing their beard for the number of days that they're in. There's an advantage to shaving it actually because it can collect bacteria and infections. If you go out, don't do that. It's a better idea to shave. But and I say this with my mustache on, but I've had it for 50 years. So I'm not gonna. It's not time to remove it now.
Doesn't
But,
sound like it.
but this is the idea is you see a change in the behavior, in the routine, in eating, in thinking, in the kind of things they're talking about. When you see somebody always coming up with negative thoughts, negative ideas, the gloom and doom things, then you know that they're behaving in a different way than they normally did before they were stuck at home.
So what self-help advice would you have, Dr. Nasser, for somebody who is feeling anxious? If you can tell someone is sad, depressed, just not acting like their usual self.
You just saw me take a deep breath.
Yes.
Doing that many times a day will help with regaining some oxygen into your body instead of the tension that makes people not take enough oxygen in through deep breathing. So as often as possible, just in your nose, out your mouth, that will help. Sleeping at the regular time, exercising. There is a lot of things that one can do at home, even if you don't have any equipment. I have somebody who walks around the kitchen table over and over and over. I tell a lot of patients the benefits of walking for 30 minutes nonstop. And so if there is not a place to go, you listen to your iPod, listen to some music, and walk around the dining room table. You don't have to do anything else fancy. So, so exercise. Eating right is very important. It's so common. People have stocked up on a lot of junk food because that's what durable. You buy a bag of chips and it can last you until November. And so people have bought 15 bags of these things. These are these are bad in good days. They're even worse in they're bad all the time, in good days and bad days. So eating right, see if you can get enough fruit, vegetables, and avoid overeating. It's so easy to just go to the fridge and want to grab something because you're bored. You're not used to being at home. I have somebody who tells me how at work he would eat only 2 times a day, but now he's at home. He just keeps going to the fridge because he's used to getting up and going to the coffee or to the fax machine or to the copy machine or to talk to his assistant, and now he just walks to the refrigerator that has become his assistant. So it is important to maintain food, exercise, and sleep, deep breathing. Thinking, I think it would help to call people. You know, I've been connecting with friends I haven't talked to in years because we're busy in our lives. But now I say I have some time. Why don't I call up an old a friend that I haven't seen since college days and see what they're up to? They're my age. We're all in the same vulnerability age, if you will. So I said, "Are you all right? Is your family okay?" So calling a friend, connecting with people is another way to assist. Limiting the amount of time you watch news about COVID or any news, period. If you want to watch TV too much, watch comedy, watch some fun things, but not. You can allow yourself half an hour or 1 hour or half an hour twice a day to catch up on the news. It's important to know what's happening, but don't make it a daily obsession to do this all the time. So these are practical things that anybody can do anywhere, anytime to help out with this. Avoid alcohol and drugs. I was shocked to hear about how much people are buying alcohol these days. Uh, I can understand it may be the equivalent of what they were drinking at the bar before, but now is not the time to lower your immunity because alcohol in excess of one drink would reduce your immunity. You need all the immunity you can get. You can get immunity from sleep, from eating right, from exercising, from avoiding alcohol and drugs. There was a study showing that if you smoke marijuana, you can reduce your immunity. It doesn't mix well with the virus. So there are all kind of simple things that anybody can do every day. And again, take a deep breath as often as you can and just try to enjoy people. I've suggested a crossword puzzle for people to do or a jigsaw puzzle. I understand there is a tremendous increase in the sales of the jigsaw puzzles.
I have a
That's
puzzle going in the other room.
Yep. Well, I can show you the one I have here. It is one way to kill time in a nice way without thinking about the COVID-19.
What
So
happens? Those are all
yeah.
super great ideas. Thank you. If you know that you are struggling, you know that you're not coping well. What are the resources? I mean, those again were great ideas if you can do those yourself and make yourself feel better. But if you know you need help, what resources are out there right now that people can turn to?
You know, a lot of uh, providers are giving advice about uh, in terms of being able to see a therapist online. We have Connect Care is one app that we have through Beacon that makes a counselor available 24/7. You can talk to somebody and get some advice on what to do. And then, of course, we still have our admissions office is open at Epworth. So in case people are becoming suicidal, and that's a risk also because many people are finding their financial situation is getting bad. They begin to feel bad about themselves as providers, as supporters of their family, and some people can get to that point. So please be safe. Come to Epworth. We'll take care of you and we'll revisit all the options that you can have. My concern is what happens after the crisis is over. Is that in fact right now people are worrying about survival, about finding enough toilet paper and sanitizers. But after this, there'll be people then will wake up and realize, oh my God, all the changes that happen in our society, in our lives, and how are we going to cope with it? I imagine there'll be more, and maybe at that time we can revisit some ideas on how to get help. We have a large group of providers at Beacon that we can make available for people to help out. But right now, the key thing is what you can do for yourself at home uh, to survive this episode and this period of time.
Yeah, because we're going to be living in a new reality, even when this is over. So we'll definitely revisit at that time. Thank you so much for your time today and all your ideas. And please stay well.
Thank you, Heidi. Be safe. Thank you. Bye-bye.